So while ngisesomzalwane, ne, there was a program at our church that was run called Rhapsodies of Realities, Reach Out. So it was Reach Out South Africa, there was Reach Out Nigeria, Reach Out Ghana, Reach Out Dubai, Reach Out India. There was all these different reach outs. So we would participate in Reach Out South Africa. That would be going out, finding souls, winning people to Christ, leading people to Christ. And especially when there were events like maybe Pastor Chris was going to come around, or those type of situations, we would go out and go win souls. Sometimes the reception would not be very nice, because imagine, you're knocking at someone's door and they let you in and you're like, ufunani, and you're like, no, I'm here to win your soul. So it's very awkward, because there is I believe abantu who still do that. A watch towers, right, if I'm calling them correctly, they still come and knock. And yeah, those situations I know about it, and it is not a comfortable situation to be around. So around Reach Out South Africa, there was one where we had, I think it was around the time, I think it was World Cup time, or 2011, or somewhere around there. So we were there trying to reach the lives. I remember we were at a mall, we were at ranks, we were at taxi ranks, we were everywhere. So being small, standing there, giving out rhapsodies of realities, telling people about the goodness of the Lord Jesus Christ, and how they, iskhathi siyaphela, basically, and how this book can change their lives. Because isn't it inside the book there would be written testimonies? So you would read out those testimonies to just ukugqugquzela umuntu, and give them that hope, and give them the numbers and address ukuthi sondaphi. So I remember there were this izangoma that were coming. So begu ugobela ahamba namathwasa wakhe ayi-2. So they were coming towards me, and I'm like, should I or shouldn't I? But the spindi inside me was like, girl, win their souls, because these people are trapped in darkness. So they come up to me and I'm like, sanibonani ninjani? And they like, siyaphila. And I'm like, bengicela ukungichazisela ngabanzi ngale ncwadi. And that lady, I don't remember her face, but that lady, I'm sorry. So she was like, hey, ngangibambe, ngifuna ukuza next time ngicela ngingasala. I'm like, kuba uyazi ukuthi ayithatha le ncwadi, because njengoba uhamba kanje, uhamba namadimoni, ukuthela amadimoni, nalamalaphu wenu agcwele amadimoni, yonke into enamadimoni, thatha le ncwadi, it can change your lives. And the tosser was looking at me like, okay. And I was like, thatha le ncwadi, uyeke le nto yenzayo, and give your life to Christ, because right now you sold your soul to the devil. You give your soul to the Illuminati. You are taking your soul and giving your soul away. Why are you doing that? Jesus said, or the word of God says, you shall not worship two gods. You shall have a one God. At that time, it is the entrance of a mall, darling. Little did I know that one day I will be that trusser. Thokozani family, and welcome to yet another chapter, which is chapter 6, and I welcome you once again. Thank you so much for choosing to view this video. Don't forget to leave your comments down below, and a special shout outs to all of you that are actually sliding through my DMs. But I see your DMs, I see your messages, I see your emails, I see everything, and I'm really touched. Thank you so much. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. And to the new subscribers, welcome to the family. Because we are now moving on to chapter 6, and yeah, we can begin, because wow, we have so much to talk about. So late 2015, and it was a lot of things, and I was really concerned, because what I remember was that when I was studying, while you're trying to study, I would get tired. Sometimes ngilambe, because I would yeah, khona indawo beyithengisa ikota ngalesani side. So I would go there ngiyofuna ikota and come back, eat that kota, and then sleep and pass out, every time I would try to study. So situations were becoming serious to the point where by now I didn't know if I was coming or going, that type of vibe. And the scary part of it all is that I was not telling anyone. I was not talking about it. I was not telling my mom. I was not telling anyone. I was just keeping quiet. Maybe I am helping myself. But when I came home that year, I was like, no, let me tell my mom, yabo, and open up to her and ngizomtshela, basically what's going down, So I came back. I went to go visit a boyfriend, and he was like, no. I was like, no, sis, I'm done writing. Let's go pick up ezinye that are there, like in the flat, a few things of mine, yabo, and then we'll come back and just chill out. Maybe we'll go there and sleep there and then come this side tomorrow. So he's like, okay, fine, So we drive out ebusuku that evening, and we are just a vibe, And hey, I don't know what happened. It was not late, because what would normally do is that with these episodes being banazo, they would normally attack me in your wee hours from 12 until 3 or 12 until 4. I would know something would happen to me. But that day, it was your normal times. Like Spume exited, Davidson, and we are making our way to the R21. So when we get there, but home, hi, umzala uya driver along the route. He's busy saying as is steering, like I don't know what's happening. I understand. I see right. So guy had quantum. Quantum, but he had a car, but he bought a quantum for business, situations. So we were using that day. So we go to we're on our way to Pretoria. So he's busy complaining and say, I don't know, is there's something wrong with it, or maybe driver, maybe or he doesn't want to tell me. But he's busy complaining about the steering, because I could just tell good track. But I'm chilling there, begging like that girlfriend, mini road trip, we going out to live our best lives, So on our way, my sis join at the R21. Bebanga yenziga cool, like amabonda lawa. What happened was that imoto. Masesizobamba vele siku R21 imoto yajiga ne, like yazijiga yona steering, you understand, and yabheka ku oncoming. So basically we are going to Pretoria, but imoto yazijigisa yona yabheka to the direction we're coming from. It felt like we were gonna have a big accident, because there were and you can imagine on the R21 is busy. By the side they say Irene, but we were approaching lezo indawo lezo. Imoto yazijigisa yona, because I saw him ayeke steering, and the only thing he did was grab me, because he to him beguthi sizothola accident. So imoto yajiga yabheki oncoming. It's mayiceda ukubheka ioncoming imoto. Namaz mahlatsini uberry wise. Yo. Then I don't remember. Hey mara nama don't remember lawa ayabhora shempati yazi izinto zamadlozi. So how? Yes. So I'd say this time it was different, because normally I would cry, or sometimes but also this time ngikhiphe singisibhodlo ngathi bekubhodli truck or in athi ngabhodlo, and lapho kukhantama ngakwazi ukuthi ngingene lana yabona masima ku passenger le spaces lapho between the driver nekoma and all of that, the dashboard. Ngangena lapho ngashibirika athi ngiguqile, athi iweek itanti week. Remember I had my afros. Itanti week iloki itanti athi, then wezwa into engakwazi ngayisho, wafika gogo athi inhlamba beyiphuma la ngalo mlomo. Bengathi ngihambela ngayela eHarvard University of Nhlambas. Athukana ugogo and ngapha uyakhuluma Ulume naye akazi uzitshela ukuthi family yakhe, because you know what a guy would do. Yeah, you understand that he would angasang vimbi like when I would have these episodes, because to him it would be exciting times. We would say, oh, now Serayakala, or it would mean messages from me, so let me prepare myself. So I can imagine Klampa Bega try was prepared, but where's it would say Romundo Kulmala, it's not loving bajayile, because uyanya kuphela ngomlomo ayike anye ugogo. So ngaqala lapho ukuthi ke mase figure, because normally angithi what would happen was that when I had these episodes like figure abantu bakibo, I would just pass out, and like I would just, you know, mina ngiphaphame ngathi gobana, like you don't know what's happening. So now I would pass out, and for like lengthy times, like your 15 minutes, your 20 minutes. Mind you, we are standing go highway ngequantum. That minute, lemizuzu leyo athi azange kwavela nemoto eyi-1 bekungathi siku ghost town or whatnot. It was like the cars zamiswa la zimiswe khona, because no car were coming on our way. Athi while ngiqeda ukupassa out burugujiyani lapha kuleyo, you know, he then uzamugunguka, you know, azamugunguka when he was reiterating the story, wanglalisa kule city lela emva ku driver. Then I start imoto. So mangiphaphama mina, imoto iyakhala, damn. Yabo ngapha ushaya ama hazard. Kuthulile emotweni, bekhala ipiano, bekusangena nogoma. Zashaya lenkoma. Hey, you're the goose. So I miss eceleni moto, and ngimbuze, like, the only thing I said to him is it happened again, and I'd say it happened again. But I could just tell from his voice ukuthi lo happened lona wamanje akusi lo happened esimjayele, ngithi kwenzakaleni yabo. And he's like, ish angazi yabo, mele ngusekini vele ugogo wakho la, gogo wakho akhoze amagama akazange awabambi, but sikuvela ugogo wakho la athi ngokusaphi thu ngapha ugogo uyacomplain, uyangithuka vele mina gogo wakho ayangithuka kanje, you understand? Gogo wakho uthi mina ubuyele, like uyangizwa ukuthi nami ngikhuluma kanjani, akhuluma kanjalo. Useka umuntu ongasangibheki emehlweni, so angazi ukuthi ugogo honestly wathini lelo langa lelo. But athi kimi, you know what, mele uhambe uyothwasa, ayikho into esisazoyikhuluma, you understand? Ngicela ukuthi either siyahamba siyothatha into zakho ePitori manje and then siyabuya. But manje yabona sengiyabona imoto zandula like a normal highway. Athi kimi asambe sithatha izinto zakho sibuyele eDavidson, angeke silwazi ukuthi silale. Ngithi mina kuya Hawaii, why like ashaya imoto guy, sifike eflatini ngithatha izinto zami. Hayi man, masifika ahlale phansi umuntu athi ahlale phansi, athi ugogo wakho ubani lo, ngimtshele ngithi no, ugogo ozala umama bangitshela ukuthi sona so yabo. But ngizizwe nami emzimbeni ukuthi ay like ngikhathele, ngiyagodola, ngithi kuyayeke sikhona ukuthi sibuyele eDavidson, so ngona silale and sizobona ekseni ukuthi kwenzakalani, you understand? So ahamba uguy, I ngitshele nami ukuthi yabo, this is the end, I understand, kuphelile ngami, mele ngizibone nje ukuthi ngiphuma kanjani, because naku ngiphelelwa umjolo ngesimanga samadlozi. Hayi ekseni angivuse sihambe sekhaya, mangifike ekhaya angene nami ekhaya. Okay, umamami was bese bangijayele ekhaya, angene nami, hayi mama lethile X Y and Z bese ePitori, angicela ukuthi umtshele umamakho. So I reiterate the story to my mom. My mom was like, yo, we need to speak to abogogo bakho. So meaning we must go back to my Lozi's daughters, you understand? So guy, he disappeared and sashayed away. He drove off until the sunset. So basically that December was not that hyped up because we had X, Y, and Z to do. So we go sayo vakashela abogogo bami. So ugogo wami mangithi abogogo bami abantwana baka bedlozi ne. So they are sisters. So one umama kamamam, one umamkhulu kamamam. So we get there and we reiterate the story. So then she's like, sekuphuma indaba manje athi kimi no, it can't be unkomo yahlaba because kuno umntana kamalume wabo, meaning umntana kabhuti wakhe ohambile wayothwasa and uyothwasa unkomo yahlaba. So I doubt ukuthi unkomo yahlaba loyo, because if it was really, it would have been a different situation. And I'm like, but I feel ukuthi this is what's happening. Athi kimi no, maybe ungayenza umsebenzi wamadlozi and ubone ukuthi izinto zihamba kanjani, but I doubt, because nalena eduduza angazi kunozibani bani naye bari wathwaswa ubona di Noah lena ubare lidlozi lihlayile bare kinkomo yahlaba. So basically ngasema emadlozini wasekhaya the ugama leli lenkomo yahlaba, because isikhwama angisho it's a continuation, siyandluliselwa ekhaya, awumane nje uvuke ekseni uthi namadlozi. So when you take on leso sikhwama leso, you inherit negama leli elisuke liza nedlozi. So isn't it, families are different, but mina how I was brought up spiritually, that is what I understand. So you don't just wake up in the morning and say udabula manzi. It leads back. It's like amagama wedlozi, it's like your identity. It is like, it ihambelana with your spiritual or ancestral background. So angithi these days abogobela bayanipha amagama weni emaphehlweni, bamuntu avuke ekseni, hayi wena unyosi, hayi wena ujackal, hayi wena u-elephant, or wena ugundi. So they give you names, but mina ngokwazi kwami and how I have experienced and what knowledge I've received from idlozi, isipho sedlozi, or rather isikhwama sesekhaya, it is normally passed down. So it's generational and generation. That's why kuba no Louis the First, Louis the Second, Louis the Third, Louis the Fourth, Louis the Fifth. So that is why ancestrally I carry unkomo yahlaba, because of isikhwama engisithathe ekhaya. And then there is unobuhle, which igama engaphiwa amadlozi. Yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense. So that's where we at. Gosh, my face is turning red. Because ngokwazi kwami mabangichazisela istory ngogogo unkomo yahlaba, my face is turning red, it's hot, the ring lights, the light, and I'm so lazy to open windows, so I just carry on. Don't mind my face turning pink. So when I masengilandelisisa indaba istory, ugogo in ngekhathi zakhe, she was an influencer, she was a brand, and she carried her name because bekahlala Rustenburg, Elidach, ne? And ugogo basically wathwasa, wayega ukuthwasa, and then wathwasa again, ne? Because of situations of life. So ugogo unkomo yahlaba bekayiphoyisa elasebukhosini. If you go back to people, because she was born in 1918, I think, but if abantu around that area would understand hore nto enkomo kimang mankomo, they would call umankomo. So bekayiphoyisa lasebukhosini ugogo ayinyanga futhi eyasebukhosini lapho eRustenburg. So when I'm saying when she was iposala sebkosini, she was like the council, of the area, and even anything people would run to her. She had that whole muguti, she was looking after people, abantu that were stray bangana makabe bezabazihlala kuye. Ugogo wakhe she was making money, she was a focused queen, she was begazenzela vodka. I don't know if I'm saying it right. What's this? Gin. She would make gin herself. Bekazenzela gin ayithengisa to the community. Bewuphuza kudagwa laphayana. Awenza utshwala abantu badagwa kuthengisa ikali. Ugogo was that person that was a hustler, and she was very strict. And ugogo bekangazwani nezangoma, and I in a bad way, but bekangazwani nazo because of she believed that there was a lot of lies, ugogo bekanemvubu. So what honestly would happen was that if maybe uthi isangoma and she would take you inside indumba yakhe alahlela amathambo athi bula sibone ukuthi uyisangoma kaMompela, and anyone that would just speak shit bekamvusuza ngemvubu yakhe. So she was known for that. She was a very strict character. She was a disciplinarian, and my mom and her sisters grew up there, and it was a very hectic time for them because being away from the cities and staying in Panama Plaza, it was hectic times. But ugogo in those days, in those ages, is like in the area, she was an empress. She was an influencer. She was levels. She was stylish. Bekanyanga. Abantu would go to her, and they knew that sometimes it would be like izinto zasebukhosini. So she was a well-rounded healer. So after her passing, beka on demand. Izinto zakhe were on demand. Ukuthi ubani ozothatha isikhwama sakhe, ubani ozo-inherita ledlozi, uyongena bani, because there were people bebabhekile ukuthi uzongena bona, kanti idlozi liyayikhethela sithandwa sami. And I would say liyayikhethela because it just sits and say liyayikhethela because it is kusuke kubhaliwe. When we say it is written in the stars, literally it was written in the stars that ngo-94 ngelanga eliso kuzozala ubanibani and huyo ozo inherita lo msebenzi lo wedlozi. So ugogo yena why ngithi wathwasa kayi-2, ugogo waya emanzini ne, and in those days abantwana bakhe mabachaza waphuma nomnikazi wamanzi amsingathile, bathi waphuma just amuhle aphothiwe inwele because she disappeared for a while, and they never really knew what happened to her. But all I know is that there was a beast of note. When I'm saying a beast, inkomo, that was taken guti apume and but obviously that part of the journey I can't divulge, because as much as Naye she does not allow me to divulge on my experience with my connector. So indaba yoguba no, or rather what you guys put it as inzuza, it is not something you go and buy or something you go and uyoyicelela yona. It comes naturally. You need to understand the energies and the spirits that you walk with and the languages and everything. So it's a very deep thing, because you'd find abantu, they are always on this pursuit of saying I mean abathing nabantamanzi, as though there's something so weird and scary, but it is a very chosen few. But what I will share on mostly here, it is more about my journey generally, but there are parts that I can't speak about to preserve their sacredness, because I've already shared what I needed to, and I'll continue to share. But like I'm saying, guthi okunye kuzo, you understand. So nale shaba bengintshela ngalo, ugogo walithatha emanzini, she came out nalelo shoba lelo. That's why ngithi alikho lana emhlabeni. So when she passed on, umndeni bathatha izinto zakhe, abanye bathatha loku, omunye wathatha imfiso, omunye wathatha ubuhlalo, omunye bathatha nje izinto zakhe zaba scattered. Beka umuntu onezinto eziningi, but bathatha ishoba lakhe lathengiswa, abantu bangazi bathengisela uzibani, but later on, I don't know what happened, that person died and the shoba disappeared. It was just lengthy situations, but there were emdenini, there's always speculations around what happened to izinto zakhe. So umamkhulu is like, no, I will allow you to do umsebenzi and anything and everything. So, and she assists me ngenze lo umsebenzi, and she was like, no, Lona, umsebenzi wokuthi uvuma umsebenzi. But I'm like, what ceremony am I vuming? Because you guys are disputing the fact that I'm the one that carries Lelo's lily. So I ngenze lo umsebenzi with that, doubt in my heart and but ngiqhubeke ngisitshela ukuthi man, what do I have to lose? Let's keep it moving, because at the end of the day, izinto zedlozi, because previously kwakunenkukhu, a stray chicken beyithanda ukuhlala ekhaya. Le nkukhu lezi zasemakhaya vele zakudala, and besingayiqoshi nathi, and nayo beyingahluphi, beyisihlalela nje in one position, ingalambi, ingarasi, ingathini, but ngabo 3 beyenza ke and that's it. But ekuseni mawuvuka when I'm going to school, I remember around those time I was still bengisafunda isikolo, you'd find that chicken there and you'd ask yourself until yazihambela yona. Little did I know ukuthi that was a spiritual visitation from amadlozi, but we were too dumb to even see ukuthi this is what is happening, because la ekhaya I'm not a first ukuba isangoma onendumba, because kwakunomfazi kamkhulu wami obekehlala lana ekhaya before we stayed here, before this house became my mom's. Beka isangoma, and so there's a lot of spiritual entertaining that really connects me to the spirituality and everything else. So let's move. What happened was that bekuno gogo usisika nkomo washona, that so bangibize ke mina I think around that time besengibuyele esikoleni, so bangibize bathi come through sis, come through and see that. So at the time ngangingekho right physically, I was not okay, I was just feeling queasy and ngihambe for sure ngiye lapho. Mangifika bathi no gogo, because after ngenze lo msebenzi lo, so everything changed ekhaya. Then they started calling me ugogo, but I did not necessarily pick up on that much. So bangibize bathi no ozobheka lana etc. Mangifika lapho ngibheka izinto zakagogo, ugogo bekangena isonto lesphiri and bekayisangoma. So they were sisters, but namadlozi bathwasile. My family on my mom's side inkulu, that is why amadlozi makhulu maningi amadlozi maningi. So mangivula ibag leyo, amabhayi lawo engawathola lapho, it is amabhayi that I've never seen in this lifetime. It is nothing that I've seen. Lamabhayi esinawo manje mabi, guys, amabhayi wakudala, those ancient looking bhayis, it was beautiful. Amafahlawani, ibag nje igcwele, but yena unfortunately wahamba wathwasa, but she didn't complete her journey. So bakhipha nezinto zakhe zesonto lesphiri, and I was like, what, I think you should nizibeke lezinto lezi because of that, and etc. So ugogo lo that was helping you mamkhulu was a bit in and out. Yena bekazazi izinto zamadlozi, she was clued up nezinto zobungoma because she had a friend uturuturu loyo and etc. Beka umngani wakhe loyo uturuturu loyo uye wathwasisa that daughter kuthiwa uSelina. She passed on. uSelina, what happened to her was that okay, let me just finish this. I'll get to the story. So okay, fine. She was called and babegi mibono yakhe emikhulu because ugobela ngisho nazazi phela izangoma zisanda kaphi idulo. So wabeka yena imibono yakhe ukuthi no, this is what's supposed to be done, etc. So I came in again after the day of the funeral and etc. So in the meantime, in my relationship, izinto bezingasahambi right. You understand that it was just not okay. Izinto besezitense, awkward between me and the bae at the time. So I was just pushing, but I'm going back to school. Then 2016 izinto besezibheda ke loku okubhedayo, you understand that, where else I had to now try and accommodate ube because things on his side bezimosheka. Little did we know ukuthi dating someone onobizo or that has a spiritual calling, if izinto zakhe zihlangahlangana, nawe uzohlangahlangana yourself because of lezo zinto lezo, so we see that situation ukuthi, you know what, this is what has happened ukuthi akukho right, but izinto zihlangahlangana to a point whereby we like, no, you can move to my flat, you can move to my flat in Pretoria because I might not be as frequent yabo. Besengibona ukuthi my days are numbered. I didn't know how to pinpoint my finger on it, but I could just tell that my days were numbered. So okay, they're not abantu that if I'm dating you, they're not gonna treat you like their own. We are natural born lovers. So he was part of the furniture. Begasega K wood, my telephone can. So they were like, no, he can move there and we are no zotubegisa in rent, So okay, guhamba isikhathi that Jan izinto zibe ngabi right nami ngiyazizwa ukuthi what angisekho right ama-fight sewaya escalator between mina no guy aya escalator to the point whereby the physical abuse was out of hand. You understand that? Be out of hand. I would now see, when you are watching a movie, my ends are so, I would see an old woman every time, because every time it would hit me, it would get so bad. You understand that? It would get so bad. We would fight over the stupidest of things. You understand that? But it was out of hand. And his defense would be that I also triggered him or something along those lines. But there's two sides to every story and there's a truth to it. But me reflecting back on it, I just see that it was a lot of emotional conflict, because you would hear words like, you're supposed to help me, you're supposed to give me light, I'm not gonna break up with you, isn't this fun? And it will be just toxic situations. So now on his own he had spiritual problems, because whenever he would get angry, what I would see spiritually, I would see his eyes turn red. He would just become this monster, and it would just terrify me at the time. So I due to the abuse, so point whereby ngaze ngakhulelwa and ngashaywa and isisu saze samosheka, and I had to opt for a termination. Little did I know. And it was crazy, at the time, thinking that this is the situation, because ngabona nje with the type of situation that was in, the abuse was just out of hand. So I thought for myself, and also my mom could see the situation, and she was like, you're not gonna bind yourself to this ex character, because agunampilo lana, there is no way forward around this. You need to at some point find what is gonna be best for you. And the abuse was around 2016, basically distant, because the whole pregnancy and things was around 2015, when the like they were in each other's throats, but 2016 it was now getting out of control. I was being cheated on. I was just turning into this joke that was not healthy for me as well. So I was like, no, let me focus on myself. So izinto lezi ezamadlozi bese ziba bad, because manje esikolweni bekungasahambi kahle. I would always late emaklasini. My sight started deteriorating. Little did I know that my mom is experiencing the same thing, because my mom is a spiritual twin to me. Everything that I go through, she feels, she connects with me on that level. So I would get that. I was starting to lose my sight, because the losing of the sight was now slowly becoming gradual. So Pretoria ngangisingiya singiphilela nje my life, waiting for the guy to move in. So Mzala came to Pretoria. So Ben izinto besezi beta ke manje. That January was just hell. Then my aunt was called. Lo wangishaya ngeshoba. Mama mbeka ngasazi ukuthi ayenzeni, because manje into beseyenzakala ukuthi I was big feeling ngathi yabo ubekele ipika lezi. Now people are speaking through. That's what I would hear. Sengathi ngiyahlaya. Makuhleki ngathi, "Hey, yabona. Yabo sengiloyo umuntu loyo." Uguy naye uthe maseka move in sekuhlale sishisa impepho, yabona, ngilayita amakhandlela, sengiphenduke loyo muntu loyo, ngihlale ngiyi-1 efestereni, ngimemeza abantu engingababoni, sengathi ingqondo yami iyahamba, yabo. So but I would reiterate to the story to my mom ukuthi I'm hearing things, I'm seeing things, emaphupheni manje sengiyaphupha. Sengiphupha indlela yami, ngiphupha ngiyaflya ngezangomeni nguzoro laphayana, ngiphupha igubhu ziyangibiza, ngiphupha ngisendlini eyorondo egcwele imithi, ngiphupha ngisemanzini, ngiphupha, like it was just a lot of dreams that was happening. Bese ngibona ngathi like I'm losing my mind. And manje I couldn't fight it. So umama reaches out to my aunt and she's like, baby girl, nangumntwana la X, Y, and Z. And she just laughed. Wathi ngizoza, I'm gonna come see her XXX. So for sure azevele azongibona. Magafika, I reiterate the story to her. Chaza indaba. Mama msekamtshela ukuthi no bese senzile 1 2 3 athi no isikhathi sambile, lo muntu lo mele ahambe, isikhathi sambile. Idlozi livuke lapho, mololo jokolo pololo, and ugogo akhulumeke achaza indaba yakhe, and then after that she was like, no ngizobuya mina, because my what happened was that Idlozi basically was giving her the authority to undertake Indlela, because Ugogo was keep on saying that I don't trust anyone, you know, since you've walked this, take care of this child and groom her in the spiritual, you know. And then what, you know, bazobuya next a month, which is February, ukuthi bazongenzela umsebenzi owokuvuma indlela yami noma ukuvuma ubizo. So I waited on that date and we were preparing for that. So gradually esikoleni bese ngivele ngasaboni, isight yami bese ibad. I was losing my sight. I could just see because glasses were no longer helping. Right now I do wear reading glasses because, you know, but now it's something that not being aliyendlela, it would come to a point whereby I would be looking at you and then guveske gube white ngaboni next, and I would scream. Sometimes it would happen in seflating, sometimes it would happen in seskoleni, and I would scream, and that blindness would happen like for iskhathi eside, whereby I would be secluded from other kids, from other students, because gyarasa, what the hell am I doing? And bese ngasa attend frequently eskoleni because 2015 ngafela some modules because obviously this cutting angbala. So this blindness thing bese iba frequent until my mom was like, no, buya ekhaya because uzoyenzakala kanje and uzosithola usenkingeni or ulimale, because awusekho right, you know, awusaboni anything. But the strength in me was like, I will fight this, you know, this is demons. I still had that little thing inside of me, guti, I will pray this away, you know, it will not affect me. And I fought it until someday Upudam got involved in a car accident, and the accident was so bad that people died in that accident. Imoto yakhe was beyond repair. It was like bad. You understand? The people that saw that accident actually thought my brother died on that accident. Ubutwami was beseswenzile lo msebenzi lona wokuvuma idlozi. You understand? Asizitshela ukuthi no, sesivumile manje idlozi, things should not start to dissipate and my sight should be now back to normal. Ganti not all of amadlozi wethu afana nawethu. Mina mase ngiyekuphehlweni ngangisengivuthiwe idlozi lami dala la ngiqeqesha ngokwedlozi, you know, bese kukwenza nje protocol because of mhlambe indlela izinto ezenziwa ngayo ebungomeni. But honestly, that umsebenzi wokuvuma idlozi was just a waste of time. So my brother got in that very bad accident to a point whereby waphuma nje nescratch esincane la, and that night he was taken to hospital and he walked all the way all the way from Far Eastern Hospital to Davidson. Wafika endlini, I rushed, you know, I came back saying, you know, in between Pretoria, but ngasese fast Pretoria because ngiyobeka lo yilihlo phela ukuthi akavaleli ngale in my flat. You understand that you can't trust anyone, you angeke trust umuntu. So I came back, how mangithi my brother imoto injani. I there and then ngithi, you know what, asahambe kunobaba X Y and Z uhanjwa umuntu kanje nakanje angazi inyanga, but maybe if into yabantu, let us go there siyozwa ukuthi what is happening. I for sure put them ngimdudule sihambe sifike kubaba. Lo baba was happy to see me and he's asking me usesela, and I'm like I'm sorry baba vele angashaya imathamba athi no. Oh, so we go inside simtshele this is what's happening. I ubaba ngashaya imathambo that day athi this accident amadlozi wakho, and it's not just amadlozi wakho, yilo muntu ohamba nawe wangale manzini bakulindile abantu bakini hamba. You know, there and there I just froze, and deep down I knew after that consultation ukuthi it's now do or die. I either am carrying on with this or I'm not. It's just a sign yamadlozi trying to show you guilty. They can take anything that you love and they bangamosha, you know. And it was like to me ngicela ukuthi uhambe, and it was painful. So I went back home sad, thinking that manje I am going to be isangoma. And after that I looked at things differently, you know. I tell guy I'm gonna come collect a few of my things and nyahamba. That's what I told them. Ukuthi nyahamba. Besengishintshile, besengikhala every day. Mangicabanga because, and my mom, she's CSI, she would always be on the internet trying to find out a good small toss what's happening, but nothing would come up. It's like Amajozam would be like, hey, take, and nothing would come up. And that was anxiety. The only thing that I would see was iphathi emfihlo ukuthi mawuthwasa there's a stage ekuthiwa emfihlo, but I was no, but ngangiseng izinikezele mina. And leading up to that, February, March, you know, ngangiseng vuka idlozi almost every day. The first time ngivuka idlozi no mama, I remember she ran out seeing me in that state because wayehlezi ezwa ukuthi ngiyavuka idlozi, because the last time that happened was when ngenza umsebenzi lo wokuvuma idlozi and izinto about my family were revealed, and a lot of my past family members were being channeled through me, and nabo labantu laba bebakhona leso they would not understand what is happening, because isn't it we know ukuthi mase uyisangoma this is what, but that is, I didn't know that I was different, you know. I was different. I was not just this typical situation that is there, you know. You know, our family secrets were taken out. My dad was angry with me for the longest time because ugogo mina wayethwele gogo la ngakhulela khona. So that was revealed there ukuthi that thing, you know, consumed all my granddad's kids because he came forth and wakuluma and kukwambeka umuntu kangayo. So we didn't know, but I kind of sensed that, you know, upbringing, because there are situations I would pick up on some things but nginga understand, you know, up until to a point masekazo shona she began Alzheimer's, but you know, she could be normal, you know, when she would be around me, because izinto that she would say, and she would insist I'd close the door, you know. And she was like, you know what, there is a place where we all go, Tina, even if we are from the same family, masfika lapo senzangatha sazani. And when we get there, we are all given assignments. Ukuthi namhlanje uyakhabo sibanibani uyoyenza X, Y, and Z. If you're being sent to torment those people, you go torment those people. If you're being sent to go take 1, 2, 3, you go there to take 1, 2, 3. And she was like, she made an example about my uncle, and she was like, even like no X naye, like even if I wouldn't even say. So because what would happen is that every night when we would be asleep, being vuge every time would be around your 2s and your 3, and ngimthola are in such an awkward sleeping position. Ngimkhabe I started hating ingubo lapho because bengilala nayo gogo, but besingasheri ingubo, and not because of, but one thing, we had a helper kwami, because remember umuntu oncedisa ekhaya because ugogo besekamdala and everyone was busy and I was the only kid there. So I remember the helper one day athi ingubo, and ingubo zachitheka inhlabathi engakaze ngibone, kwaphuma noboya benja engubeni. So I would ask myself, where does these things come from? Because every night we would go to sleep, my grandmother begangeza inyawo naye ageza inyawo bese singene engubeni. So inhlabathi engaka beyibuyaphi? So bangimtholalele in that awkward sleeping position, ngimkhahlelo gogo, and ngilala enyaweni, ngilala nge-sleeping bag, nalala ngengubo, and avela anganyakazi, but ngize ngi-check the breathing ukuthi is this person breathing. And I didn't know at that age ukuthi my third eye dala azange yavaleka, yahlezi ivulekile. Ngimthola sometimes kube nento engiphaphamisa, mangithi ngimthola umile by the window, injisha emkhulungane ngaphandle. I ask her, Gogo, what is happening? And she'd be like, no, ngibheke ngaphandle. Abe ngathi ngiyamphazamisa, hayi ngibheke ngaphandle. You understand her? And it would be the little things that would happen that would scare me, but I didn't know how to speak about it, because even bengazi mina ukuthi umntwana makasesemncane ukuze nibone ukuthi uzokwazi ukusebenzela the dark world, niyamthatha nimphonsele ebondeni, and if uyabamba, some ritual is done that they give lo mntwana leyo. That's what I was told by her, that you give that child lento leyo and uzobamba ebondeni, and if uyabamba ebondeni, then it means ukuthi she's perfect, uzokwazi ukuthi ahambe ebusuku apape ayenzeni akhulele nje la ku the society. So I didn't know that my third eye was that open and I could see what I was seeing, and I could experience what I could experience. I didn't know what was happening at that time, and it was only when I think I was in my matric maseka shona, because ugogo basically wathalela, you know, for the family's wealth, ukuthi ekhaya business thrive. But I think in the midst of all of that, wathale into wrong, because after lapho waba greedy. Because I remember that from that episode ngunomsebenzi, and my dad got annoyed. He got annoyed at the fact that that was taken out, and ngahlala ubaba ngingamkhulumisi, and nami bangibiza ngokuthi ngumthakathi, and how could I speak so vile about their mother? To them it was me saying those things, kanti they came directly. So it was a bit of a train smash, and I really could understand ukuthi Unkomo has always been there protecting me every step of the way, because she kind of like knew she had to secure me, because if I fell into this trap yakakoko, I was gonna, you know, ngangi sidelined even in Kula estradini sami manyodlala nabanye abantwana ubona abazali hayi mxoshe lo mntwana omloyo mxoshe but hayi ungathathi nekusebe ukudla lapha kuyo lawyer, and I would not know why. Kokuhambe kasonta basonta IPC awu mothers union, good people. So that's why ubuthakathi also comes in many phases. I might not know what she done to other people, but my experience of those things, when I think of them now at this age, you know, but you know, I will come to this closer to when I get to the story about after initiation what happened. So we went along with all of this, and are we ever gonna have a part 0? The story keeps getting juicier and juicier. I don't know why, but it does. So like I said, I'm trying to skim a lot of things. My memory is all over the place. A lot of things happen, good people, but I'm trying to put what I can. So after this, we are leading to what was coming next, etc. So all I can say is that catch me on part 6. Catch me on part 6, and we are still carrying on with the story that needs us to carry on with. This is a lot. This is honestly a lot. I wasn't ready for this, but don't forget to like, don't forget to leave your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I am Pabadimo, the advocate of Idlozi Ugogo Unkomiyahlawa, and I really appreciate all of you for coming through and following my story and all the beautiful feedback that you are giving me. So I'll definitely see you soon. Gosh, this is not a goodbye, but I will definitely see you later. Don't forget to click on that notification button, good people, so that you are notified every time a new video comes through. So goes on.